Welcome, David. I know you've been on our program before, but David Blair, for those who don't know, was the Chief Executive Officer of Catalyst from 1999 to its sale in 2012. It sold for $4.8 billion. Can that be right? $4.8 billion. Congratulations on that amazing success. And now you've decided, after that success, you're looking to become our next county executive in Montgomery County, Maryland. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. And clearly, the success of that company was only a success because of the team that we had put together right here in Montgomery, Maryland, or Montgomery County, Maryland. And so I've been here my entire life. I was born and raised here. My company was here. My wife and I are raising our family here, and we're not going anywhere. And there's no doubt when I look around the county, we can and should be doing better. And we need new leadership. We need a vision. We need financial management, financial discipline. We have a $6 billion budget here, and it's larger than like 5 or 6 states, and yet the money's not going far enough. And so I'm running for county executive because I know Montgomery County can be better, and I've seen it slip almost in every category over the past 30 years.
You know, we're focused at NABOE on the small business owner, and we've loosely defined that as existing businesses with, been around 5, 10, 15, 20 years. This is the core of the business community, maybe 1 million in revenue up to 100 million in revenue. What is it that a county executive can do to support the small business community?
So I think that's the number one thing that we need to do to start creating jobs in Montgomery County is supporting the small businesses. And so on one hand, we need to stop doing all the stupid things that we're doing. So we have more taxes, fees, regulations, bureaucracy. We've made it so incredibly difficult to do business in Maryland. Many times I meet with small business owners, particularly restaurateurs, they'll say, opened up a restaurant in Montgomery County, but never again. It's so much easier in fill in the blank. And so one, we got to rethink how we treat our small business owners. Secondly, we need to invest in them. So I would launch a huge buy local program. So we have 1 million residents, and we should be so proud of the Montgomery County products that we have here. So I'll just give you a quick example. There's a lady here in Bethesda, Maryland, that runs a company called Dress It Up Dressing, salad dressing company, small business. She's had success selling it to DC public schools, but not Montgomery County public schools. So just think how crazy that is, that if we just started leveraging that $6 billion budget to buy products from Montgomery County, and then we emphasize to our residents the value of buying local, right? So how that helps the economy, how that helps the environment. So I would launch a huge buy local program, and it would be directories, it would be public service announcements. We'd really be promoting our own businesses, because if we were all buying from each other, we'd all be doing much better. So those are the two big initiatives I would do to support local businesses.
I know we had the current executive in, and we talked about this issue that the county still goes outside of the county for so many of the business services that that they need to run the county. And whether it's IT or whether telephone systems, whatever. And, it is frustrating for the businesses in our community to see that this work is you're grabbing vendors from other states, and it just doesn't make any sense. And it sort of tells the community, well, we're not totally focused on you. And that's the whole purpose of having these kind of interviews with people like yourself. And we recently had the governor. We had Kelly Schulz, who's running for governor as well, come on. We just want to say that this business community that we support, there's hundreds of thousands of jobs in the state of Maryland that come from these small businesses, and they just seem to get overlooked because there isn't one focused group that says to the politicians, hey, we're really important. You got to pay attention to us.
Yeah, absolutely, Ron. I agree. That's been a huge frustration of mine. In fact, I guess about a year and a half ago, right before the pandemic, I was invited to speak to the Montgomery County Economic Development Corp, that they had brought in some consultants to gauge our business environment. And so we had about an hour-long meeting with these consultants, and there was other business owners there. And towards the end of the meeting, I just said, so where are you guys from? Like, tell me a little bit about your consulting firm. So they were from the West Coast.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so we brought in a firm from the West Coast, consultants, to gauge our business, like the synergies we would have had by just hiring someone locally would have been like, they would just had all of that, natural knowledge, but then also we could have kept those dollars here. And so I think just there needs to be a concerted effort to buy local. And if we don't, so let's say in that example, we didn't have a consulting firm that could provide those services. Well, let's go to the universities. Let's reach out to other firms and say, so not this year, but if 2 years from now we're gonna have the same contract, here's how you could win a contract from the county government in the future if you had a business that could perform these types of services.
There's one of my members said that, if you don't buy local, why do you think you deserve local support?
Mm.
And I think we got to get to that point, because if we keep seeing all these contracts go out of the county to other places, I mean, the West Coast, I mean, there's just a huge cultural difference between the two. They would take months just to figure out our culture versus West Coast culture. But the thing is that everybody expects local support, but you've really got to support your local businesses. And it's what a joy it is when you turn your mindset from just getting a vendor to do whatever you need to do, whether it's IT services, software services, whatever, but to find local people and do it locally. Boy, when there's ever an issue or a problem, you've got people that you can literally drive to their place and sit down and talk to them. It really is important to our community that we keep pushing this, and we're pushing it on the state level as well as the county level.
Yeah, so one comment there, Ron, I think when I meet with business owners, one of the things that I think every business owner wants is a level playing field, right? They're not looking for preferential treatment, but we need to start thinking about Montgomery County as a region, because it's too easy for residents to go to Frederick, Howard County, DC, Virginia to shop or buy, or restaurants to open. I was talking to a restaurant owner a couple of weeks ago. We're talking about the challenges through the pandemic, and he was able to almost entirely supplement his income through takeout, and that was a great business. But then Prince George's County opened up restaurants, and he was in Silver Spring. His takeout business dried up almost overnight, because I think we need to think about it as a regional approach, and recognize that people will move their dollars around, and so that's one of the things that I would bring as county executive, is working with the leadership in the surrounding counties to make sure there was a level playing field for our businesses.
Well, one last question. Will you come back on and we'll have a debate with whomever your counterpart is, and have a debate at NABOE? I think our audience would really enjoy that, is to hear the different points of view.
I would appreciate that, Ron. I would welcome that. You let me know when, and I'll be there.
Great, fantastic.